Shabbat Shalom, everybody. I'm here with my friends. They're taking a nap. This week's Torah story is called Emor, Parshat Emor. And in this Torah Parsha, we discuss the purities of the high priest. And with that topic, the message is really about tuning in to that part of you, because we are one. So what is that pure part within you? It's your essence. It's your truest self. It's your light that absolutely is pure and cannot be tainted. It cannot be touched. It cannot be changed. So it's understanding that when you hear these laws of purity and these ideas of purity with the high priest, you are that high priest. You have that element within you. And it's about tuning into that and understanding that you are no separate from those high priests. All right, so it's time to start connecting to that divinity within you, which is a lot of what we've been discussing in the past couple of Torah portions, especially with last week, Kedoshim, the holy ones. The other important part of this Torah Parsha is the idea that we discuss every high holy day, every high holiday in one Parsha. And that's what makes Parshat Emor so unique and so special. It contains the codes for all of the high holy days in one. It's like a concentration or a summary of all of those keys and codes. So tuning into this is like a fast track to that light, to drawing in that light. It's like a supercharge. It's also as though you're becoming whole. It's like a key to becoming whole, full circle. Because while each high holy day represents a specific part of that process of becoming whole, right? Each holiday contains a strategy or a manual, if you will, for completing a whole program. So they're each parts to one whole, but in Emor, it contains all of them. Sorry, I'm having a lot of interruptions, so if you see me... So this is a very powerful Parsha. Also, one more thing I want to talk about is Moses explains to Aaron how to light the menorah with the olive oil. And the idea, the concept behind this is that he's showing how it's our duty to stay connected to God's light in all moments. This is what the menorah represents, is our ability to connect to all of those parts of self, or to connect to the holiest part of self that is God, where all those parts come from. You can kind of see the menorah, the branches of the menorah, like chakras, right? And you're connecting to each part. You're connecting to the whole. So this is a very holy, holy story. It's so nice to be able to sit with your loved ones, slow down on Shabbat, and just take the time to talk about just those things, to prioritize just those things. We're not going to talk about the everyday, work or relationships, unless we're talking about the one relationship, which is the one with the divine. And we see that in each other on Shabbat more than any other time. So we're not just talking about mundane things. And we are so blessed to have the Torah, which guides us with a specific story, with very specific messages within these stories, so that it helps us focus and hone in on that one particular topic. And when we align our awareness, when we direct our consciousness toward this particular focus, what it does is profound. It connects us to that energy of what we're particularly going through at this part of the cycle in nature and in the cosmos. Yes, the Torah is not based on like our Gregorian calendar is. It's a lunisolar calendar. So it connects us to a very particular story for very particular reasons. So if we focus on Emor this Shabbat, and we invite dialogues and conversations within our own mind, right? With our own different aspects of self, that self-dialogue, internal dialogue, and we invite those conversations with our family, with our friends, with our loved ones, maybe somebody who's never even heard of this or the Torah before. What it does is it gives us an opportunity to align our energy with nature and the cosmos, to align with what is already flowing around us and within us. It gives us an opportunity to awaken to that natural process and harmonize with it, with our free will, choosing to focus on what is present and be harmonious with it, be synergistic with it. consciously cooperate with what is already organically flowing. And so what that looks like for Emor is discussing, how do you relate to these laws of purity? Who is that priest in your own reflection, that high priest? How can you remember that you are no separate from this sacred, pure, holy energy? You may also want to discuss, what parts have you felt you maybe didn't connect to with each of the holidays mentioned in this Parsha, each of the high holy days. Maybe you can revisit each of the high holy days and ask yourself, where was I at that time? How can I close my eyes, meditate, send energy back into that time and go deeper with the things that I couldn't have gone deep enough with at that time, because now in hindsight, I can see more. So really asking ourselves internally, and also asking our loved ones and friends, what were the messages for you these holidays? How can you deepen them now? How can you unite them all into one whole circle? How can you be whole, present, here, ready to show up for life as your best self, right here, right now? Maybe you need a nap before Shabbat. I wish you all a meaningful Shabbat. Please share any insights, share any resources in our private group, Shabbat Crew, on Facebook. And if you have somebody you want to share these messages with and they're not on Facebook, the video will get loaded to YouTube and Instagram, Rebecca Magic, shortly. And so they can always check it out there. You can always share the link there. And I look forward to seeing you on Sunday for the full moon activation. Shalom!